here at the new Suez Stadium.
For those who love it, those who support it, and those who play it, Orange is here. Orange, proud sponsor of African football.
Here, we're known for our sense of service. It's all about finding ways to support you. Day after day, doing everything we can to be useful and providing energy in all its forms. Everywhere, every time, all across the continent.
Well, Egypt, of course, looking to try and score goals. They've only scored 3 goals in the 4 games they played. They played an extra game than Ghana because of the 5 teams that were in Group A. They started off with a 1-0 win over South Africa with a goal scored by El Haddad. They lost 4-1 to Sierra Leone, a team who looked very strong and qualified very early on in the group. And that 4-1 loss with Kabaka scoring the only goal, a goalless draw against Zambia, and then that 1-0 win over Tanzania, just to allow them to find their path through and into the competition, into the knockout stages. A little bit of tension there in the channel as the players gear up, of course. You saw Aaron Essel and Adine just having a little exchange of words there, nothing more than a pressure scenario there as the teams come out of the channel here. What a clash it will be. The Black Satellites up against the Young Pharaohs, and Black Satellites brimming with confidence after topping Group C. Unbeaten they were, 1-1 draw with DR Congo, a 1-0 win over Senegal, the defending champions, and then Central African Republic to finish top of the group, showing off their defensive solidity and fine attacking precision as well. It's the 10th time that Ghana progressing from the group stage. Ghana has a strong record in knockout matches, 7 wins, 3 draws in 10 knockout games since 1991. Time now for the 2 national anthems before we get down to the nitty-gritty business of getting through to the semi-finals. Time for the national anthem of the host nation. The Young Pharaohs, of course, behind the Egyptian national anthem. both teams fired up, and of course they're going to be, because 90 minutes separate these two teams in a place in the semi-finals, but also they can book their ticket with victory out here today to the FIFA Under-20 World Cup, which will take place in Chile, South America, later this year, September time, of course. Wow, it's going to be a big, interesting tussle, this one, it really is. And as we take a look at the Ghanaian team with Asiako, the goalkeeper, Aaron SL, the captain, St. Johnston player on loan in Texas at the moment, Mensah Antwi and Ofori at the back. Bohan, who came on as a sub in the win over CAR, links up with Marfo in the midfield, with Lord Afrifa on the left-hand side of Sturm Graz and Opoku on the right. Jerry Afrier is the man leading from the front, playing in Galicia, Spain, for Lugo as it stands, but formerly a player of playing for Al Qadsiya in the Saudi Pro League. Abdel Issa is the player on the right-hand side, wonderful player as well. Shamira Nabada is the referee for today. She is from Uganda, and Fanta Kone of Mali, with Sirak Samuel Mengis, will be running the lines. And the VAR officials, Ahmed Abdelaziz and Diana Chikodesha, will be the two VAR officials. The new Suez Stadium will be hosting Egypt here today. And what a battle it is, with Monaim keeping his position in goal. Abdeen's the captain once again. Samir, Bustenji and Mohab keep their places after that 1-0 win over Tanzania. In the midfield, Kabaka is there with Safaga, and Sharaf, who got his first goal in his first game for Egypt, starts today with Zalouk as well. There's a change with Sheriff, the only player who's come in, the Ittihad Alexandria player, replacing Omar Kedir of Aston Villa, who's absent today and not available to play because of injury. Osama Nabi is the man with leading this Egyptian team, who's underlined the importance of team spirit and national pride in this clash after a tough journey. And there is Desmond Ofei, the coach for Ghana, who is also been doing some wonderful things with the Ghanaian Black Satellites. There's Osama Nabi, of course, as I mentioned. Counting down the seconds to kick off. We will have extra time and penalties if needs be for this clash. The home fans here to get behind the young Pharaohs. Here we go then, it is Ghana-Egypt quarter-final time at this CAF Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations Egypt 2025 competition. The four-time winners up against the three-time winners. Of course, Egypt playing in red, white and black. Nice little move there coming from Mohab, and trying to send the ball up the field. One back by Issa. Got some great players on both sides of the pitch, with Zalouk and the Ahali forward, very dangerous as well. And SL has been key for this Ghanaian time. Nice little break. They found a little bit of space here. Sure, oh, the angled header, it should have gone directly towards the goalkeeper, and it was not ideal, really. Afrifa, because that could have been on target, and that could have been a goal from Emmanuel Mensah, based in Denmark, trying to get past his man, trying to work and get hold of possession, but the Egyptian defence deal with that on that occasion. Lovely header there to Antwi, Young Apostle FC, back into the middle to main man Aaron SL. Loss of possession picked up on the left-hand side. He's gone on a bit of a wander there, Mohamed Sharif, but pushing the ball a little bit too far, dealt with. But there's a shot coming in, because again, you've got to watch out. You've got these players up front, and they are super dangerous. Zalouk being one of them, on loan to Modern Sports at the moment, but he will pounce on every little scrap of a loose ball if it comes his way. Look at this, that's the back pass. That is just not okay, is it? And he even gets a touch, then gets the shot in Zalouk. They've been let off the hook. But a shaky start for both defences, and it's not where you want to be. The coach is probably shaking in their boots already, as this game will be a very high pressure and a very stressful battle for everybody involved. Ghana pushing forward. He's got support in the midfield with Marfo. Plays his foot in Brazil, actually, for SC Internacional in the 20s team in Brasilia, just 19 years of age. Dennis Marfo. Ball comes out to Lord Afrifa. Back to SL. A little ball over to the left-hand side, nicely put into the path of Opoku. Just losing the ball is that man, Emmanuel Mensah. Third game for him, already got a goal. Sogndal is his team in Norway. Long ball over the top, nicely done as well. Putting pressure, this is Isa, man of the match in the game against Central African Republic. He's plays for Dream FC, on loan at the moment for Barcelona B, and he's played a couple of games for the B team. That would be a dream move to get himself into the senior team at Barcelona. It's a long ball, just couldn't keep it in play. Abdel Isa. 5'6", but a fabulous player, great skill set. Well, not on that occasion, of course, but a very dangerous player who'll go racing down that right side. Egypt aiming to reach the semi-finals at home for the first time since winning the title in 1991. It was the last edition, was won by Senegal, and was played here in Egypt as well. The previous one before that, also in North Africa, but we've got to go right over the other side of the continent towards the Atlantic coast, where Mauritania. Oh, it's another giveaway. You've got to be very careful. That's dangerous. And the ball goes into the passageway of Bibu, as he likes to call himself, Sharaf, the El Matri man who scored the goal in the win against Tanzania, of course. And then he gets fouled there by Afrifa, and a free kick for Egypt, the hosts. We'll be missing Omar Khadir there, Aston Villa midfielder. Such a wonderful skillster, isn't he? 18-year-old from Alexandria, but let's see where this goes. There's a chance. Mohab with the left foot, goes to the long-range shot there. Doesn't really spook Asiako. But Abdullah Mohab, the ENPPI player, 20 years of age, got a good left foot on him, but needs to just reset his sights to get the shot on goal next time. Is Antwi, young Apostle FC player. Fori, giving the ball away just too easily, need to protect it. He's under pressure here, Afrifa, and dispossessed by Sharaf. Does really well. There's Zalouk looking for the ball, but he's over on that far side and running into trouble, Mohamed Sharif. Oh, he's done well to win the ball back. A bit of pressure on the Egyptian defence. ridiculous, and Isa goes down. The challenge by by Sheriff, just a little bit too strong. Seems to be okay. Is Ansui using a free fat. Ball over to the right hand side. There's Isa. He just goes down. He's such a wily player that well, he's going to get snagged all the time because he's such a great talent, and he needs to be careful, Sheriff. That's the second foul, successive foul on Isa. It's just that's just very clumsy, isn't it? Very late. Ghana, of course, won their 4th title. If we go back 4 years, last edition was won by Senegal, of course, in which a team that was beaten by Ghana in their group in the qualification through to this quarter-final matchup. It's a good ball, a little bit too far. If he can keep that in play, it's gone out of play, I think. Well kept in, and apparently according to the lineswoman has raised a flag over there. Ghana win their 4th title in the, there you go, as Mensa's just sneaked over the paint. Nwadibu and Nouakchott, the 2 venues where the matches took place, but Ghana finished 3rd in Group C, and they started off really well. They managed to beat Tanzania 4-0, and then playing out a goalless draw with Morocco, losing against Gambia, still managed to sneak through as one of the best 3rd place teams, and then after that they just turned it up. 4-1 win over Cameroon, a 1-0 win over Gambia, and then they managed to beat Uganda in the final. I remember that as if it was yesterday. It was fabulous. Oh, there's a little scary pass back, and finally it has been cleared. And there was a player, Afriye, Daniel Afriye, playing in that Ghanaian team, of course. Just like Jerry Afriye, who we have up front for Ghana today. He scored the 2 goals in the final that saw them beat Uganda at the Stade Olympique in Nouakchott. Daniel Afriye, now a Ghanaian international, of course, and playing his football in Zurich, originally from Kumasi. Anakan, person from the Kwa group. Oh, it's good work, this is, and just ball's gone out of play. It's going to be a goal kick, though. Excellent defensive work at the back, and by Safaga, the midfielder, coming back, and you can see the frustration there from Desmond Afei. Was a magical moment for Uganda as well, getting themselves into that final. There is SL, long ball searching ball forward to try and find Jerry Afriyie, but it's not happening. And there's the defence trying to deal with this goalkeeper, Siako. Can use Antwi. He's going to send it down the line. That's a nice ball there to Afriyie. Gets bundled over there by Sharaf, the Al Masri man. Just a little bit clumsily going in from behind. Shamira Nabada of Uganda quickly blowing her whistle. Minutes in, and the teams trying to find goal-scoring moments in this quarter-final. Few and far between for the moment, but obviously changed throughout the encounter. Ghana very keen to try and not just qualify for the semi-finals, but try and win this competition for a fifth, to secure their fifth title, and also do what they did back in 2009. This Ghanaian youngsters managed to win the FIFA World Cup Under-20 competition. Brazil also took place here in Egypt, of course, and was quite sensational, with Ghana winning top in Group D. And of course, Brazil topping Group E, but just the way in which they played, Ghana finishing top of the group alongside Uruguay. That's the tackle there on McCarthy Ofori, who goes down. Ghana beating England 4-0 at the Ismailia Stadium in front of 13,000 supporters. Andre Ayew, of course, scoring one of those goals, and Ransford Osei. Some of the stars for the Black Satellites. Rabiu was also part of that Ghanaian team, of course. And a foul on Safaga, who goes down clutching his right ankle in some pain. And is heating up a little bit, this encounter at the new Suez Stadium. And this will be a yellow card. The captain. There you go. That's the yellow card that's gonna... Look at this. It's just from behind. I mean, it's really, really clumsy as it just clatters into him, doesn't he, Dennis Marfo? Just bringing down Safaga. Well, Korea, of course, winning that FIFA Under-20 World Cup, beating South Korea. Having beaten South Africa just before that after extra time. There's the Marfo yellow card, picked up by Iso on the right-hand side. Ghana trying to find a little bit of space, still trying to find his way through the Egyptian defence, but just running out of space. Mohab's there to deal with it over on that left far side. Beating Hungary in Cairo. They actually beat South Korea 3-2 at this very stadium, and then the final, it was incredible. Final that saw again go to penalties, of course, 4-3 after extra time, with Inkum, Ayew, Diar, and Agiabon Badu scoring the goals through Douglas Costa, Giuliano and Alan Carnage scoring the goals for Brazil. Magical moment. Egypt on the attack. Decent ball pulled across, has been cleared, but only as far as that man there, Samia, but he loses control. And there's a chance for Ghana to push forward, but Afriyie unable to do anything. Into the midfield. A little bit messy in the midfield, got to tidy things up and just make space for each other. Oh, that's a nasty challenge as well. And that might be a yellow card. Sayed, maybe. Getting the tackle from behind on the player who committed it before. Marfos, the player who's down on the ground. Let's just have a look at this again. Yeah, that's just so clumsy, isn't it? Those kind of challenges. There's a yellow card. There was no hesitation there from the referee Shamira Nabada. Second yellow, one each. Marfo, El Sayed, and Antwi goes down the line, trying to pick out Manuel Mensah. Back to Antwi. The possession, it's all been about Ghana at the moment, but you find Ghana, Egypt have probably had the better scoring opportunities. It's too long, it's slightly overcooked and easily picked up by Abdel Monaim.
Careful there, he's trying to get rid of it, it's in the back of the net, they've scored the goal. Egypt pouncing on a misunderstanding at the back, and Mohamed Sherif, who's coming to replace Kenya, drives it into the corner of the goal. And an absolute shambolic mess between defender and goalkeeper, and the hosts take the lead. It's all happening here for Egypt. Turn things around, and the Alexander Ittihad player bouncing. This is the clearance from Monaim. It goes straight up. What's the header there? You can't allow it to be so lackluster. The ball's been driven into the corner because hesitation causes problems. He didn't head it, it just came off his chest, and look at that, getting in there and just sticking the ball into the back of the net. And it's Sherif who drives it in to offer Egypt a 1-0 lead. 19 minutes in, the celebrations follow. But Ofori, the captain, and his goalkeeper, Asiako, has given Desmond Afei a headache. Just checking to make sure that everything is was legal in that phase of play, of course. And there was no foul play on the goalkeeper or anything, and once we've been given the green light, I think we'll just get back moving once again. Shamira Nabada from Mbarara city in Uganda. Saw the Olympic rings there. She was one of the Paris Olympic referees last summer. The only one to come from Uganda, and the first female from Uganda to officiate at the Olympic Games.
celebrate a 1-0 advantage, but the thing is that there's so much more football to be played, and Ghana will not like that. Sheriff's 19-minute poaching goal has offered the young Pharaohs the advantage, and that will shake things up as Jerry Afriye tries to go on a little bit of a run through the box, but the ball does get knocked out of bounds, and by an Egyptian player. It's going to be a corner. And it is Hayford Boahen who will take this, the Cheetahs player. Afriye will be looking to try and pounce. Second game, he's got a goal. Al-Qadsiya, he plays for Saudi Arabia. And now he's on loan at Lugo. Here's the ball, he's whipped in, headed away at the front post by Safaga. He goes back into the penalty area. Oh, there's a little bit of a mix-up. The referee checking to see if there was any contact with the arms as they carry on and they go looking for a second goal. You need to make that first. That is great defensive work. Fabulous defensive work at the back by Lord Afrifa. And he's come back as a forward to defend, and I think you've got to give him plenty of credit. Now, Antwi, who has made the referee very aware that he claims there was contact with the hand, and I'm not too sure if we'll go back to that. We get the ball rolling once again, picked up by SL, who's currently playing for North Texas in the United States of America, originally from in Ghana, but signed for St Johnstone in the Scottish Premier League. Picked up by Mensah. Looking for an option. There's the nicely put back in his path. He's still trying to find a way through there, but finally it's the Egyptian defense who deal with that. And Zalouk knocked to the ground by Dennis Marfo. Sent up, and this time all the way back to Siako, the goalkeeper for Ghana. Three shots for Egypt, and not one yet for Ghana. They need to turn things around. It's the home team who are at the moment looking very comfortable. Afrifa, the Sturm Graz player. SL. Handball and a free kick for Egypt, 25 minutes in. They have to get there first, otherwise it's going to be another goal. Second goal. How about that for Egypt? Sharif with the double. Well, what a super impact he's made for the Egyptian team. Gets his chance ahead of Omar Kadir, and he ghosts in, poaches the ball again, fires past
and into the back of the net. Another goal, and Egypt take a 2-0 lead. Well, it's not happening for this Ghanaian defence. Some major frustration. Look at this, the ball comes up very quickly, and there are 3 players there, and who's going for him? That is just not possible. And I think that McCarthy Ofori just left his man. Look at him on the left-hand side as he just races past him. And then Sheriff just jumps on the ball and fires into an empty goal. Lovely touch, fine finish. But what was McCarthy Ofori doing at the back? The 20-year-old who plays for Techiman 11 Wonders FC. Will not be very happy with himself and what he's done. And look at this, a 2-goal advantage now for Egypt, looking very strong. And within 8 minutes, that man, Sheriff, has seized control here at the new Suez Stadium in northeastern Egypt. And Ghana yet to get a shot on goal. They have to make some adjustments. Is Ofori down the right-hand side. Is the delivery coming in? Cleared comfortably there in the midfield. Isa down the right side. Picked up by Antwi. Here's Assel. Through the middle they go this time. The Lord Afrifa over to the right-hand side. And a chance to get a shot in. There's the shot, it goes high. Didn't really invest too much in that shot. McCarthy Ofori. The captain not having a very fine game. I mean, it all comes down to communication. This is a bit concerning for Sheriff, the goal scorer. 2 goals today to take the buzz out of the Ghanaian under-20s team here. And Desmond Afei shaking his head. What will they try and do to resolve this issue at the back, because they're just not sharp enough, not vigilant. You've got to be so aware of who's moving where, and you've got to be so sure about the decision that you make at the back to clear your lines, who's doing what. Because otherwise you'll pay the price. They paid the price twice for poor communication at the back, and it shouldn't be like that. If you concede goals from some fabulous attacking prowess, okay, that's not a problem, but 2 blunders at the back, and you've got to be concerned about what's going on. There's Essel who makes the clearance. Ofori. Oh, again, you've got to be careful. They've stolen the ball once again, and the shot comes in from Sharaf, who's trying to build on the goal that he scored in the last game they played against Tanzania. But 30 minutes in, and Egypt looking very comfortable. Nicely done by Abdel Issa. Just far out to try and shoot for a goal. It's a good ball to the left-hand side. Here's Mensah. Mensah gets the delivery over. It goes way over the top. Nearly past his own goalkeeper at the back there, Abdullah Mohab. And he was in 2 minds of going to deal with that. It finally came over, and he just stuck his leg out, and that could have gone past the goalkeeper, Munaim. Or maybe it was calculated that the ball would go out, but you don't know who's behind you in those defensive positions, and it's quite spooky. But anyway, he doesn't score an own goal. But here is Ghana on the attack.
A free throw into the penalty box, easily taken there by Abdelmonem. Years of age, plays for ZFC. A little bit of contact by Zalouk on Antwi. Well, just going on form and what we've seen so far in the group stages, you would have never guessed that this would be the scenario. But you know, we get to the knockout stages and anything is possible. But to have gone 2-0 down in the first half, for me, is not something that I expected, to be honest with you, because Ghana played, they were unbeaten throughout their Group C campaign. As I said, they managed to beat the defending champion Senegal. In their second game, they played out a 1-1 draw with the DR Congo as well on match day 1, and then a 1-0 win over Central African Republic. They also played a game less than Egypt because there were 5 teams in Group A. And so just a little bit more rest, but a little bit lackadaisical, I get the impression, for Ghana in defense, because those mishaps, I mean, you know, they're just inexcusable. They really are. And got to sort out those problems. You can't allow that to happen. I mean, we all know that there's a lot of traffic going through the Suez Canal, but to allow, you know, the Egyptian forwards to just move freely like that, I mean, that's unacceptable. Antwi is Poku. Poku like a Poku when he starts to play. And there will be a free kick. That's just a firm challenge there from El Sayed. One that caught the attention of the Ugandan referee. And again, we all know that he's a player who's been marshalled. He's been discussed, of course, by Oussama Nabi, the Egyptian coach, and his staff, as a dangerous player, of course. He was named the discovery of the season back in 2023 in the Ghanaian FA Cup competition. Definitely a dangerous player. Let's see what they can do from this position here. Marfo's on it, but Isa's going to take it. It goes high, 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 and away. And they can't fall out. They can't allow this to get in their way. There's going to be frustration, but of course, for all of these Egyptian supporters, they'll be very happy. But look at that. That's Afori allowing the ball to go back just off his chest and not checking to see if there's danger lurking behind. And then this, I mean, Afori allowing Sheriff to just make up his own rules and regulations. And the penalty, just outside of the penalty box. The possession is all about Ghana, but you know, the finishing has been all about Egypt. And even Kabaka, the midfielder, was talking about how important it is to understand that this is make or break time. And the showdown in Suez is already showing to be favourable for this Egyptian team. Again, you've got to be careful. And this time, no issue with Asiako, didn't have to rely on his defenders before he takes it forward. Egypt have a very strong record in the knockout stages of the competition. The ball goes into the penalty area. There's a chance here as Apoku goes down, but there's a little clash between both players there, and Samir is the player clutching his ankle. And the foul committed on the ENPPI right back. Egypt have reached the semi-finals 7 times. First time that they've managed to get out of the group stage since 2013. Have to go back to 2013 when they managed to beat Nigeria in the semi-finals 2-0. Everybody was talking about the satellites' compact defense and rising to the occasion in knockout games. Well, it's not been sensational, is it, for Ghana at the moment? But they've changed around their defense as well. Asa Fogpe, of course, was one of the defenders, along with Ado. And Ontu is playing on the left-hand side, so Afori coming in with Mensah as well. Just making life a little bit more different. Of course, you make those alterations. Oh, there's a little chance to try and backheel the ball there from Jerry Afriyie, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Just over six minutes to play. It's too long, the ball. Moab picking it up and just gliding into a very good position. It's a great ball over to Zalouk, who tries to deal with his man. Sharaf, sorry, and goes out for a throw-in. So the fact that you've changed things around is maybe destabilizing to a certain extent. In any case, they can't linger. Is Afriyie, and that's going to be a corner, I believe. No, goal kick it is. Defensive job done there by Abdullah Moustenji. He's an Ahli player who's on loan to Smuha. There he is, his second appearance in this AFCON Under-20 competition here on home soil. Only a free kick. Bohan just knocked off his feet. Now let's see if Ghana can work their magic in the midfield, try and find themselves a goal. Isa, and he gets the ball back down in the corner. Shadowed by Egyptian players. They work it back, it's nicely done. And gets over to Antwi. A chance for them. It's a good through ball. Oh, the idea was great, and you could see that Afrifa was ready to go. Marfo spotted him, but there was hesitation, and after that easily dealt with by the goalkeeper Monet. Well, Nigeria have managed to qualify for the semi-finals. They are the first under-20s team to go through to the final 4 brackets and also qualify for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile So congratulations to Nigeria. Morocco are playing Sierra Leone as we speak as well. Mensah tries to thread the ball through. It's decent. It's very well played. Mensah gets it back, and it's driven straight at Abdeen, who blocks it and gets rid of it. And it will be a corner. 3 minutes to go. And Ghana just putting a little bit of pressure on this Egyptian defence. It's just looking good. He hasn't changed much, has he, Osama Nabi? He's 10 of the 11 players who won that game against Tanzania, and they're just sticking to what they've done so far, which is not concede goals. Joseph Opoku. And we've got some big guys coming up, of course. Marfo. Antwi's come up as well, and plenty of Ghanaian players waiting to pounce on this when the referee gives Opoku the green light with that right foot. Far post, it comes over, there's the header, it's a downward header, cleared off the line sensationally there by that man Safaga. Very impressive. And that was perfect header. But a brilliant job of clearing their lines, because it was hit with so much power that, well, it was a close call, but we do have VAR just to see whether or not it had crossed the line. And that will be something of a concern. Let's have a look at this again. Opoku, and that is a brilliant header. Far from being over the line. Luke's down on the ground. Just waiting to get the ball back in play. What a clearance from Safaga, the ENPPI midfielder. Abdeen and Jerry Afriye getting caught up. Doing a great job. Shamira Nabada. The last minute, there's a long throw in coming over from the other side. Here it is, on its way. Player goes down, 2 players down on the ground. Being Mohamed Sharif, who's met at a brace. Poachers, goals on both occasions to offer Egypt a 2-0 lead with just 5 more minutes to play before we bring it into the first half. But we can definitely say that they have just been slapped in the face, haven't they, the Ghanaian officials, with those 2 goals that have come from defensive errors. Have to be tighter, have to be slicker, and they have to be vigilant at the back. This is Ersel. Long ball goes down to the left-hand side. Afriye. Here is Mensah. Mensah trying to deal with his man. He's made a pass back. It's been dealt with by Kabaka. But they win it back. Mensah again. Afrifa. Before that's well played. Issa picks it up, tries to get past his man. Still going, long range shot coming in. It's not a bad one. Oh, the bangs! Look at that, Ghana get one back. Unbelievable.
just doesn't know what happened there. The wind, the bounce, it all fooled him big time. Abdel Munaim unable to deal with Abdel Issa's shot from distance. And that means the world to the back satellites. Let's have a look at this again. Puts it on that left foot. Still with a bit of space. Look at the angle and look at that. Oh my word, didn't deal with the bounce. He looks across to try and understand what happened. Well, there's wind here, there's no doubt about it, but that should have been dealt with by Abdel Munaim. And 3 goals scored by defensive errors. This time it's the goalkeeper from ZFC who makes the blunder. And Ghana get one back. Seeing this matchup perfectly ahead of the break, and a second half that's going to be riveting. With Ghana 1, Egypt 2, and 2.5 minutes of added time left to play. He was the man of the match against Central African Republic in their final Group C game. And Abdel Issa once again scoring a second goal in this AFCON Under-20 competition here in Egypt. Good ball down to the left-hand side. Mensah, another chance. The delivery comes over. See, they gotta put a lot of pressure on the Egyptian defence if they want to get goals, because it's all about dealing with the wind. It's about dealing with the pressure cooker situation of defenders trying to defend. And that is not easy. There's a clumsy challenge there as Lorda Frifa goes flying into Sharaf. 90 seconds to play. Desmond Afey up on his feet. And hoping that they don't concede another goal. But tighten up that defence and play a more attacking game and just test the defence, test the goalkeeper. I think after that incident, the 18-year-old will not be very happy, and he'll be a little bit alarmed by what just happened. As I said, there's a lot of wind here in Suez. We're very much at the canal connects the Red Sea to the Mediterranean, and there's a big open area where the sea towards the canal. The canal is very, very wide, of course. You've got those massive boats that go through constantly, and you understand it's very open, so there's a lot of wind coming through from there, not just from the Mediterranean, but also from the Red Sea, which is, you know, a few miles further south. Here we go again, and another chance, last chance in this first half. Oh, it's just still byline. Ball comes back. It's headed. Anybody on the end of it? And good work again from Ghana. It goes back into the penalty area, and no one goes for it, and it just flies out for a goal kick, and the 5 minutes are up now, and the whistle has been blown to bring an end to what has been a riveting first half, with 3 goals scored from 2 defensive errors and 1 goalkeeping blunder that has given Ghana the chance to hit back. Issa takes the goal there, but Sheriff with the brace for the Pharaohs as we take a look at the goals scored by this man here, Abdel Issa. The bounce whipped in. Look at the ball spinning there. There's already an effect, and look at the way that it flies up. It's no excuse, of course, but Abdel Munaim just not dealing with it, and he's going to hide himself away from his teammates as he concedes a goal to send these fans bouncing, going as the players go into the channel. And plenty of football to be played, and semi-final place up for grabs here at this CAF Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations competition in Egypt in 2025. Has to get over it, can't let it take up all of that space in his mind. It's happened now, you've got to move on and focus on what's ahead. Your team is still in the lead, and he'll be given
all the support that he needs to get through this. Morocco, Sierra Leone, goalless after, as it stands. And it is half-time between those two teams as well. But let's take a look at the possession. Look at that, Ghana absolutely bossing it big time. But the same number of shots, but not on goal. Egypt got one more. Again, they've been given those opportunities from just lackluster defending, really. And the accuracy of their passing has been good. 3 more corners for Ghana. It's really has been, well, the stats don't really tell the tale, do they? At the end of the day, Egypt exploiting whatever they possibly can, knowing they're coming up against a team that have been successful in this competition on 4 occasions. The last time, only 4 years ago. So much more football to be played as it's half-time here at the new Suez Stadium here in northeastern Egypt between Ghana and Egypt. Quarter-final time, and Egypt pushing forward, looking quite dangerous, but there's some physical moments during this clash, and there's a yellow card that's been dished out to Dennis Marfo for that challenge as he hauled down Mohamed El Sayed. A defensive blunder at the back, hesitation. Don't know what he was doing there, McCarthy or Forey, but it just enabled Mohamed Sharif to stick his foot out and blast the ball into an empty net. It came from Adel Monaim's long ball upfield. You've got to clear your lines, you've got to clear it, you've got to be decisive, you've got to make sure that communication is happening. And that wasn't good enough. Another easy goal that was scored, and again we see McCarthy Ofori allows Sheriff to fly past him, pick up the loose ball, go past the goalkeeper. Like, there's 3 defenders there, and none of them have got to the player on time. All late to the party. And some good running, good vision, and good finishing there from Mohamed Sharif to make it 2-0 in the space of 8 minutes. They're in firm control. Good touch with the left foot, good finish with the left foot. Frustration for Ghana at the back. Luckily, they've got Abdel Issa. Look at this. And he fires his long-range shot, and it bounces unkindly right in front of Abdel Monaim, who just doesn't interpret the shot very well. And it's a big mistake that he'll want to forget very quickly, but the winds and the way that the ball flew past him, of course, will have had an effect on the trajectory, but the fact that Isa went for a shot, got the goal, 1-2 it is. Welcome back to the new Suez Stadium here for this CAF Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Egypt 25 quarter-final showdown, Ghana-Egypt. We've had a lot of drama in the first 45, and we expect even more in the second, because Ghana trail Egypt 2-1. The four-time winners, the Black Satellites, the World Cup winners from 2009. Gave away 2 goals, and that man, McCarthy Ofori, will not be proud of his first-half performance. Partly responsible for 2 goals that were taken by Mohamed Sherif in the space of 8 minutes. As the referee, Shamira Nabada of Uganda, gets the second half underway. Abdel Issa getting a goal back for Ghana. They know what to do now. They know how to play this game, because they've got to fight for everything, but they've also got to pepper that goal with shots. Make life complicated for the Egyptians if they want to get the right result. Egypt have some fine players who can poach on those errors if it's not tight enough at the back. The likes of Sherif and Zalouk and Sharaf are all proven goal scorers. After that, they need to also take advantage of Kabaka in the midfield. Playing the number 8 there, just putting pressure on Lord Afrifa, because they've got a good midfield, but Ghana will be more buoyant. So there's a great shot coming in, punched away. Issa once again. The follow-up has been driven away. Mensah tries to control it, lets it down, and punched away by Abdel Moneim to deny Abdel Issa, who's coming to the fore once again. Danger lurking for the Egyptian defense. It's given them, it's kind of unleashed their fighting spirits. Ghana not even getting shots in before the 30th minute, and then afterwards everybody said we need to try and change things around. Oh, that's one key clearance, isn't it, coming from Mohamed Sherif. It goes out for a corner. As I said, there's a lot of wind here because of the Suez Canal and where we are geographically. That's a good shot, but this time Moneim's not going to make the same mistake after that last left-footed drive that was launched in his direction that got the better of him just before half-time. Here's the resulting corner. A header at the front post doesn't happen. Jerry Afriye unable to pick it up. That's a good little bit of running, and Sharaf's been knocked over, and it will be a throw-in or potentially a free kick, possibly a free kick. Afriye pleading that there was nothing negative about that. Want to be a little bit careful, of course, as well with yellow cards. The players will miss games if they pick up yellow cards, so they have to be disciplined as well. Kabaka picks it up, the captain, who originally came from Mokaoloon. Well, down on the ground is Sherif from that challenge. And the centre-back, SL, tries to plead his case. No nonsense, referee. She stands her ground. That was the lunge. That was a little bit late. There is contact, of course, by SL on Sherif, but those little lunges, you know, when you've got all of the pressure and the weight of your body going down and you're trying to get to the ball, if you do go onto the foot of someone, that can be quite nasty. Been there before a few times and totally get it. Back up on his feet, but it's going to be Mohab who'll possibly take it on Kabaka with the right foot, maybe. Just whip it in over the top. Watch out for the wind, of course. Here is Kabaka with the delivery. It's gone very high over the top and taken quite comfortably there by the goalkeeper, Gideon Asiaka. Quick attack and a chance for them to try and put the ball in a dangerous position. Issa unable to get there. It's gone out for a goal kick. Go Sierra Leone goalless in that counter, of course. And they just 5 minutes into the second half. I'll keep you updated for that as well. Not the right header, but still has been picked up by Mensah. Mensah gets pushed over by Samir. Play on, says the referee. That's a good ball to the left-hand side. If he can cut inside and get a shot in, maybe. Oh, he takes him out, deals with Kabaka, trying to get the ball back, and it's gone back out. Excellent work over on that far side. Joseph Opoku is super dangerous when he gets moving, and he really did turn Kabaka, the captain, inside and out. Look at that, lovely work. Good use, and he deals with Safaga as well, who gets fooled at the same time. Only take the positives from what they're doing. And Suleiman's going to come on. And Abdel Suleiman, who plays for Randers FC, will come on to replace Bowen. He's a little bit, hasn't been his normal self. The Mayford Bourhead, watch out for Suleiman. He is good. He works his magic, and he can skip past defenders as well. And a very exciting player to bring on at a very important time. Now, Joseph Opoku, Zulte Waregem plays in Belgium. A few things that need to be sorted before we can get this corner going. Look at the flag. You can understand that there's wind, so you've got to hit it towards the penalty spot and it'll come around. There we go, whipped in, good opportunity, and there's the header that goes over there, dealt with quite comfortably there by El Sayed. They get another corner. And up comes a couple of the big guys, Marfo. We'll try and get in there, Ansui as well. Opoku once again, this time right over, swatted away by Munaim. And two players ended up in the goal, just to give you an idea of how the wind is blowing. And this time he dealt with everything perfectly. But just look at that, backhand, fabulous save from the ZFC player. As we see the waters of the Mediterranean just up there, of course, where the entrance to the Suez Canal begins. Good, wow, Mensah knocked off his feet by Safaga. He's down on the ground, getting back up, and deals with it bravely. Lord of Frifa. Back over across to Ansui, over to SL. Now, Suleiman's looking for it on that back line. Look at the defenders moving in a block, biding their time. Hit with a lot of force and dispossessed and trying to dance out of their own half, losing the ball again. Looking quite comfortable in possession, and they feel as though they want to boss it. They have the wind behind them, of course, with Marfo getting the ball out to Opoku. Suleiman, Abdel Suleiman. Back over to Ofori. Showing a little bit too much of it. Isa has his shirt pulled a little bit, but deals with it. Ofori gets it back. Here's Essel, gets past his man, puts it on his right foot, tries to get the shot over, and that's going to go out for a corner. And good pressure here from Ghana, as Egypt try and take the sting out of these phases of play. Lovely touch from Baron SL of North Texas. And Opoku is the player who will hit that ball over. again towards the penalty area, goes high, it's a nicely delivers one, and there's the header coming in from Essel, but he can't keep it down, but the delivery was top quality. Look at that, brings it around, goalkeeper hesitates, gets over his man and delivers the header. The hand was on the shoulder a little bit, but still. The cry of frustration where you know that that was there for the taking. We've got to play it down on the ground. And it's Abdullah Mohab, a 20-year-old defender. And Egypt ready to make a change with Amr El-Amin, who's about to come on. I think he'll probably replace Zalouk, because we haven't really seen him do anything today. He's normally running around, causing all sorts of problems. And I don't know if there's a little bit of fatigue, because they did play 4 games rather than 3, like Ghana. El-Amin could be an interesting inclusion. He's also a very tall player, Zalouk, the Ahali man, but can cause all sorts of issues. But if he's not getting involved and not looking for the ball, we can see it's 2-1. Then he's not providing his team with much interest. But they go pushing forward there with Sharaf. Opoku, long ball down towards this man, Jerry Afriye, keeps the ball in play. And marshalled there by Ahmed Abdeen, the Ahli player on loan to Ceramica Cleopatra. Players with a little bit of pressure. They know that they're scouts and agents, and you know, watching every single game that they're playing. That's where Abdel Monaim probably a little bit frustrated, not just you know, on a personal basis, but also, you know, with the fact that he's just let his team down. And we have a change here, and it is Labib who will replace Mohab. And Ivo's going to come on for Sharaf, in fact. To link up with Zalouk rather than taking Zalouk off. He's a very tall centre forward and a decent player to have on the pitch. Didn't get a goal today, but did score the winner against Tanzania. Another corner. Ghana putting a lot of pressure on this Egyptian defence. A chance for Essel to get up and redeem himself if he can get away from his marker. Let's see what the movement's like in the penalty area. It's whipped in by Suleiman into the penalty area. Anybody there for a shot? Who's going to tidy that up? The ball comes back over. It's coming up bounds behind the goal from Lord Afrifa. Kind of crosses where you really got to keep it away from the goal. You've got to understand where the wind is, but hits it a little bit too hard and it'll just fly way behind and out of play. Again, you've got to be careful. Yes, deal with it this time. And Ghana, that's better. That's what they want to do, and it's been picked up, an opportunity here. He just couldn't thread it through there to Afriye. Oh, lovely work there from Issa, and I'm sure, well, he's just gone out of play. I thought he had managed to drag it away. Strong challenge from Marfo on Sheriff. Free kick from that challenge there, and you can see that it's Abdelaisa with that left foot trying to float it in. Anybody there to get the header in? It's a decent header as well coming from Marfo. Dennis Marfo is getting himself into good positions, and that header, again, frustrated that he didn't manage to just get it into the corner. It's just too easy as he climbed a little bit over Ahmed Abdin. Suleiman. Oh, sorry, Afriye gets past his man. Does he get the ball back? There's a lovely touch there, and dealt with by Kabaka. Luckily, he was in the right place at the right time. Oh, that's wonderful control. That really is from Afrifa. Picked up on the left-hand side. Mensah goes on a wander. That's a strong tackle coming from Elamin Bibo. A former Wadi Degla player on loan to Modern Sports from Al Ali. Talked about Kabaka before, of course, the 20-year-old. He kind of following in the footsteps of Mo Salah, which is exactly what he did. And then, of course, Mo Salah got an offer to go to Europe. Well, he said yes to FC Val. Possession still in Ghana's favour. Just under 30 minutes to go. A couple of seasons playing at Al-Mokhawloon, and then afterwards FC Val. And then the rest is history, of course. Chelsea, Fiorentina. Great run, fantastic run. Pushing forward once again. There's a chance for a shot. Look, he's just brought to a standstill by Bustenji. But he nearly managed to just dance right through the middle of that defensive quartet. Got to be careful. There's a foul committed and clattered into by Bibu. And Ghana will have a free kick at the back there. Manuel Mensah, Sogndal player. Norway. So the Ghanaian players in Belgium and the USA, Brazil. Oh, that's a bit of a fumble and a missed kick. Cleared though by Labib. Here he is, getting his first touch. Suleiman's delivery. Header! It's a good header as well from Afriye. Can angle it. Hit it with plenty of power, but steer him from that position, you know, towards goal, but there's danger. Spot was, that would have been heading in a different position. Here is Kabala. More complicated playing from against the wind than it is towards the wind, and the reason why Egypt may have got themselves the lead in the first half. You're trying to understand and read the ball at the same time. Issa did score that fabulous goal. For him, it's fabulous. For Abdelmonem, it was an absolute nightmare. But you can see that the wind is playing such an integral part in this encounter. Got to get the ball in. There it is for post. It's not bad at all there, but Afriye could really invest in that. It was a half-hearted attempt to try and get a shot in on goal. Side of the right foot could have been great. Look at that. It just came off his ankle. Not talk about Mo Salah when you're talking about an Egyptian national team. Good work, good battling here. Bibo on the right foot has his shot blocked. That's a wonderful block there from Da Costa Antwi. Diffused as quickly as he managed to load himself up, ready to shoot. Mo Salah's 244 goals in 398 games for the Reds of Liverpool is just quite outstanding. Mensah, Suleiman, nice use, good use of each other. Into space, understanding where your teammate is going to go. Got to take more shots from distance. They got the wind behind their sails if they want. There's Mensah back over to the left-hand side, and a free throw over the left-hand side. Watch out, Solomon's getting the ball across. It's been teed up. There's the shot coming in. It's been blocked there by, and they haven't managed to deal with that. And maybe a free kick. He handballed it as he fell over, which is just frustrating because he had just regained possession. Egyptian defence a little bit slow to react. About any kind of contacts there from Bibu, and it will be Monet who gets to kick the ball out of the penalty box following that free kick. 65 minutes in, Ice's goal in the 47th minute, giving Ghana a little bit of hope, having gone 2-0 down in the first half through Mohamed Sharif, the Ittihad player of Alexandria, just along the coast, of course, from here, west of where we are. The beautiful city of Alexandria on the Mediterranean, north from Cairo. Another free kick, Ghana pick it up. Morocco, Sierra Leone, still goalless. We haven't seen a goal in the second half. It's been picked up here by Opoku. There's a chance that there's been poached once again. That's gone out of play. It's going to be another corner. Finding it difficult to deal with this defensively, Egypt. Successful so far as Hassan Samia gets in the way, but it's very windy here, and the wind affecting the game in a big way. Delivery from the corner into the penalty box. There's a header, there's a chance. Can anybody get on the end of it? We need to shoot. The shot has been blocked by the Egyptian midfielder Sherry from Antwi, but Isa has it back, and that's going to be a throw-in. Well, a scramble in the penalty box once again, midway through the second half. Everybody back who's wearing a red jersey because it's all about defensive play now. Ball goes into the penalty box. There's another chance for a header, but there's a little bit of a push, I believe, on Safaga, and Egypt will get a free kick. Morocco, Sierra Leone, goalless still in that other quarter-final clash at the 30th of June Stadium in Cairo. Holding his leg. Well, look at it, it came over before he had a chance to redeem himself. Tried to just set up his teammate Antwi. Fori, the captain, had a chance to try and do something with that, but it came right over very quickly. And that was the foul from SL on Safaga. Saw him hit the deck, and a free kick that followed for the home nation, who is still fighting for survival here, still in the lead. Muzibao will come on. And a change for Egypt as well. El Sayed coming off. Wahid comes on. Game because he kind of knows that this advantage with the wind going from left to right is making life extremely difficult for the team who are defending. Ghana with 12 shots to 6 is a lot better for Ghana, of course, and you know, there's us talking about the defensive blunders. But you've also got to understand that the wind has been complicated for everybody. On this occasion, it's been picked up quite comfortably there by Asiako, the goalkeeper. Rolled out, taken forward swiftly by Antwi. Suleiman. Isa. Suleiman again. A little bit of pressure there, the Egyptian midfield just pressing enough to force them to pass the ball back. There's Antwi again. That's a lovely little turn. It's a good opportunity. Suleiman. Mensah. We're running out of space, but the ball gets accidentally put into the path of the Ghanaian, and a chance for a header. Well, it's frustration there once again. Afori. The ball back to the Egyptian and come off his hand, I think. There we go. Desmond Defay kind of concerned with what's happening, but he knows that if they continue like this, they should get another goal, or putting themselves in a good position to get another goal. Antwi with a fabulous challenge to deny Bibu, who's down on the ground, and taken forward there by Ahmad Mensah. Searching ball, a long ball that just gets dealt with by the Egyptian defence to play it down, and the referee logically has to blow the whistle to stop the game momentarily. There is El Sayed, the Zamalek player. Made way for Wahid of Al-Ali. Biggest rivalries in Egyptian football, of course. White Knights against the Red Devils. Well, that was the moment. Bibu went down. Didn't look like there was any contact with his, maybe the shoulder that he's felt on his shoulder, and that's sometimes you get a dislocated shoulder from that, but I think he just jarred it, which means that it's quite painful, but it'll come out of the socket. Dislocated shoulder is not a good place to be. Very, very painful. In fact, all dislocations are pretty painful, aren't they? So, changes. Let's see who's coming on and who's coming off. Mensah's coming off, and on comes Ajabeg. And Afriye's going to come off as well. And he will be replaced by Muzibao. So these are interesting changes. Dreams FC played 18 years of age. A flying goal scorer as well. Oh, I said just losing possession. He wins it back. Look at that. That's perfectly poached once again. And they're on the left-hand side looking for chances to get themselves up. Kopu gets the ball to Suleiman. He's working his magic. Oh, he twists and turns to deal with it. Kabaka, can he get a decent ball over? It's met by Safari. decent ball down the right-hand side. Well, he's interesting player as well, Ajabeng, the 19-year-old. Plays for Real Sociedad in La Liga in Spain. Working. Isa. Can they go for a long range shot? That's a brilliant rocket shot into the corner. And a great save from Abdel Monaim. He hit it with so much force that he caught absolutely everybody out besides the ZFC goalkeeper. What a bright light that man Abdel Isa is. Just turn an amble walk into a sprint at any single moment. It's good work that is from Ajabeng. Tactical changes that have been made are good ones from Desmond O'Fay, who knows. Oh, there's a red card. Complaining from the assistant coach for the under-20 Egyptian team. It's good that Afoy's calming things down there, but have to leave the dugout. And we get back to the action with the once the referee is happy with this, but it's 13 minutes to go, and all sorts of drama taking place here at the new Suez Stadium. The referee just making sure that the assistant referee is escorted from the stadium, and that's when she will give them the green light to go. Actually, long throw into the penalty box it goes. Who's taking it well is going to be Monet. Safe hands to make that ball safe. Now this is a great shot between defenders, forwards. Strikes it well with that left foot of his. And that is going in. Carried away by Abdel Monaim. Sadiq down on the ground. The coach of this Egyptian under-20 side. There's some back and forth in the dugout. They get possession back, and Monaim has it in his hands and will send it back up. Aziz, fresh legs on for Ghana. What a defensive game for Egypt as they sit on that 2-1 advantage. Nice work with the ball over the left-hand side of Poku. No foul. M3 doing well. Issa again, look at him, look at the wizardry. He's got such a fabulous touch. There's a little bit of a push and a loss of possession. Safaga goes down. He looks across. Can they get an equalizer, or will it be Egypt who just stay ahead? Desmond O'Fay and Aaron Essel expressed heartfelt gratitude to the Ghanaian fans in Egypt. Back home for their unwavering support. anticipation in the stands. And of course, it's an under-20 AFCON, so always great to see. There's the delivery into the penalty box. Met there comfortably by Bustenji. That's great battling as well from Isa. A good ball as well. Oh, it's still Egypt on the attack. Still pushing forward, a little bit of contact from behind. Looking for a free kick, I think. And you can see that he was, Bibu. It's so definitely a bit of contact there from Mafo on Bibu. Kick has been given to Egypt following communication with their colleagues. Still no goals between Morocco, Sierra Leone, 83 minutes in. 8 minutes left here in Egypt with a 2-1 lead. And a very well-positioned free kick to try and produce some of that magic. These fans are happy they're getting behind their team. The big question is, free kick finally. Okay. And it is Ghana who kept the ball back. Okay, all good. Not good for Egypt though. They would have really appreciated that opportunity to try and increase their tally. Jabang. It's very good work from Ajabang. Valiantly. Nice work from Dennis Mafo as well. Calmly working with SL. The ball up and forward. Antwi over to the left-hand side. Here is Opoku. Nice work. There's the delivery. Comes over. Stuck out leg that clears the danger. Again picked up. There's Mafo. It comes over and easily collected there by Monet. He will just take a few more seconds off the clock. It's the delivery a little bit too close for the Egyptian goalkeeper. 6 minutes left to play. Again with Mafo. Egypt locking down the defence, making life very complicated. Samia is Suleiman. Poku again is Sal over to the left-hand side. It's a lovely touch and a good opportunity. He's going to get a shot in. The shot comes in. Suleiman tries to get his shot through, but again, the Egyptians get in the way. He claims that there was contact with the arm, and the players are going to go straight over to the referee. And of course, there's VAR that will deal with this as well to check. Let's just have a look. That was a great first touch there by Sullivan. Puts it on his right. Wow. Does it come off the arm of Abdeen, the centre-back? Zalu coming off, Amory comes on. Centre forward for Al-Ali, let's hope playing for Modern Sport. He's going to go off. There's Mohamed. Rafat. Sharif is the player who's going to go off. Against the body of Abdeen, it's going to be a throw in for Ghana. Time out for the Black Satellites to get themselves into the semi-finals. There's the ball into the penalty area. Safaga's there on the first bit of contact. Overhead clearance coming from Ostenji. Opoku again. Sullivan. And that will be a free kick. Sullivan knocks off the ball. And Safaga picks up a yellow card. Complaining vehemently following that situation. There we go, it's a body check to deal with Sullivan, who flops and goes down right underneath the referee's nose. And Del with that left foot, I just got a feeling that he's the man. But there again, you just never know. Sullivan can strike a ball perfectly as well. The doors and try and prevent anything from coming through in his direction. Here is Sullivan, that right foot of his. Going to try and find the path that will send Ghana level. Oh, it's a great shot, but it goes wide. He struck it very well, but it's not far off the target, but if it's not in, it doesn't count, and that's where they are. Egypt breathe again. Look at it from this view, from this angle, that's not far, is it? Oh, that's exactly the angle that we'd like to see. Less than centimetres, it really is. And Monet will be beaten fair and square if that was on target. Not the case. Marfo. They go again, the Black Satellites. Antwi out wide. Poku, there's the delivery. Ooh, goes way over the top. Challenge, but Egypt in possession. And collected by Rafat into the midfield they go. That's a decent through ball, an opportunity. He can make the pass, but he goes alone. There's the deflection that comes off Antwi. Will be a corner, but a pass back would have resulted in a third goal for Egypt. Great work from Bibo. And Rory was there, but he didn't make the pass. And Ghana, they live to tell the tale, but look at this. This is excellent work from Bibo. Kamari coming across, he was behind Marfo, and that pass would have resulted logically with a third goal, but they've already got Etne goals. Here's the delivery into the penalty box, high over the top to Amory. And he'll use a bit of time as we see
time we get. 3, 4, maybe. Guessing. We'll soon find out. Isaac. Over to SL. Antwi. Over to, oh wow, 10 minutes of added time. That is a lot. Suleiman. Dispossessed, good work there from Bustenji. Sorry, from Safaga. Isa accelerates away, loses his balance. Doesn't get the free kick. Safaga. Solomon. It's going to be a long 9 minutes to play now. Suleiman into the penalty area, the header, the shot comes in! Oh, it's gone wide. Not a bad effort from Afori. Turning back to the goal, had to spin and strike. But those efforts have got to be on target. Abdelmonem goes few. Excellent header that really was from Aziz, and look at it, it's a fine strike indeed. Falling away from the ball, so it's lacking that stability, but still, a strike that should have been on target again. Abdelmonem using the clock as we complete the first 2 minutes of 10 added on with a Poku over on that left-hand side. Marcel. Isa. Sullivan calling from on the left-hand side. The entire Egyptian team. It's been picked up by Aziz. Good work to get that free throw. Back in possession. He's moving out of the position, but look at how many Egyptians are there. Every single player back behind the ball. This is not about anything else apart from trying to stop any shots from coming in, blocking. Here's Isa, he's the danger man. This is his first touch. Into trouble there with 3 players surrounding him. That's good work. It's going to be a throw-in once again from Marfo. He's going to go long, trying to find the big players. Well, that's the best option. It hasn't worked yet, but as the blistering clearance there from Rafat, goalkeeper Siako. Decent ball as well. There's a header coming in. Dealt with in the middle. Wahid. Free throw. 2 more minutes used up. Suleiman. Great running towards the byline. Gets the ball across. There's a header. 2 players going up for the same ball. That's not okay because one of them could have delivered Ajabane and Afori. And that, again, just shows you that communication, look at that, that was definitely for Dennis Marfo. Good cover work from SL. Ajabane down the right side. Ajabane. Good work. As I said. Well, attacking each other has been picked up. Ajabane. Anybody there? Always been picked up. And a chance for a shot potentially. It's cleared. Driven into. Driven out play, blasted away.
in. How tight and tense is this scenario? 6 minutes of added time. We're going to check to see if there's foul play in the penalty box. Morocco and Sierra Leone are also goalless. Also, there's a goalless at the moment. That game will go to extra time and penalties potentially as they play out the last minute or so. Now, was a 4 knocked down or not? Is there any foul play? See what Kabak has got to say about that. Bustenji on a 4 is what they're looking at. This means we'll probably have 12 minutes of added time. It's a very tight scenario. It's a very delicate scenario as we wait for news from upstairs. And it will be a VAR check as the Ugandan referee, Shamira Nabada, will go across and take a look to discuss with the officials whether or not there's foul play. And it's that incident there that we're looking at, with Samia crashing into Opoku. Or is it that one? There's a couple of incidents. Well, he didn't make contact with the ball, but he took the player out. She's done. She's coming back onto the pitch. Penalty or no penalty. Big moment in the game, this is. Penalty it is, and Ghana will go to the penalty spot. And a yellow card for Abdeen for the verbal backlash following the VAR decision. Bustenji picks up the yellow card. Ghana to try and get themselves the equalizer. Abdel Munaim in a pressure cooker situation to try and thwart, stop, block, hope that it goes high, wide, whatever. To enable Egypt to go through to the semi-finals, but also qualify for the Under-20 FIFA World Cup in Chile in September. And the officials coming on to just calm things down between these young players, because the adrenaline levels are running quite high, to say the least, here at the new Suez Stadium. There's a chance for one of these players to be a hero, but there's another yellow card coming out. Labib is the player, and that's what, 4 or 5 yellow for this Egyptian team. And Abdel Munaim, if he stops it, then Egypt are on the cusp of qualifying for the semi-finals. But if it goes in, we go potentially to extra time, potentially penalties. Your guess is as good as mine. Now, what a moment it is for this man. Solidity fires it in, and there's the equalizer for Ghana. Black Satellites survive for the moment. It was a perfectly taken penalty into the corner to beat Abdel Munaim. And these Ghanaian supporters dancing and jumping with joy because, well, they battled back valiantly. It's all been about them in the second half and the pressure that they put on this Egyptian defence with the wind in their sails. But that was a perfectly taken, right-footed penalty, taking Abdel Munaim the wrong way. The ZFC goalkeeper unable to do anything about that. Suleiman, the substitute who came on just 15 minutes ago, is now turned into a hero. And Ghana are still in with a fighting chance of qualifying for the semi-finals. And at the other end, Egypt go moving once again, but I think there's an offside call. Well, how many more minutes of added time? No more minutes of added time is the answer to that, because that is the full-time whistle, and we have 2 halves of 15 minutes that will tell us a little bit more about where we're going with this. But Egypt, well, they had qualification for the Final Four in their grasp. Now they find themselves having to play another 30 minutes, but the good news is that they will change ends and have the wind in their sails for 15 once again, having led by 2 goals to nil at the half-time, and the 2 goals scored by Mohamed Sharif of Ittihad Alexandria. I mean, how much more drama can we see in these quarter-finals? Senegal, the defending champions, knocked out by Nigeria after extra time and penalties. And Morocco up against Sierra Leone, also going into extra time. I mean, this is just crazy. It's all happening here in Egypt for this CAF Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Egypt 25. But there's going to be some tired legs out there. There's also a lot of frustration following that decision, so they've got to calm themselves down and go again and just remain disciplined. There's lots of yellow cards there as well, so it's not the ideal scenario and setup to go into the semi-finals, but I think everybody knew that when you've got 2 teams who have managed to win 7 of these titles between them over the years, you've got heavyweights of Africa fully capable of grinding it out and, you know, winning these games with the last final plays. But a big call there from Shamira Nabada of Uganda, the referee, who, having heard from the VAR officials, went to the VAR check, and finally penalty was awarded to Ghana, with Suleiman delivering with literally the penultimate phase of play in this riveting encounter, where very much the wind has helped both teams. I think that Abdel Munaim will be very frustrated with the goal that he conceded it from Abdel Issa. That goal just before half-time that he didn't manage to stop, but they must be feeling super confident now. This is a moment where these Ghanaian young men will be fully focused and ready to embark on another chapter in this journey, because now it's just extra time, potentially penalties, that separates them from not just a place in the semi-final of this fabulous competition, but also a place at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup Chile in September. Egypt have a penalty record that includes 4 shootouts, split evenly between wins in Benin back in 2005, Cameroon 2011, losses both to Ghana in 2001 and 2013, just to give you an idea of, you know, what kind of a history they have between each other. But we're not there yet. We've still got 2 halves and everybody coming together, with the host nation keen to go one step further in this competition, in front of their own fans. A win for either team would take Ghana to their 10th semi-final, Egypt to their 8th. And at the last meeting between the two nations at this level, Ghana beat Egypt on penalties. But as I said, we're not going to go down that path just yet. I think we're going to just see how things pan out. Fatigue will play an important role. There are windy conditions in Suez, but also quite hot, to say the least. The wind obviously just breaks the heat, but there's going to be some fatigue, and there's going to be some challenges that are going to be a little bit late potentially. But for these two coaches, of course, Desmond Afey and here Osama Nabil, he talked about team spirit, he talked about national pride, and how tough this journey has been. The young Pharaohs could build their own dynasty with another step in this encounter, get themselves into the semi-finals, but Ghana are in their way. We go into the first part of extra time, with Ghana playing against the wind, just like they did in the first half, of course. Essel and Twee. Here's Iser. He's been an outstanding player, the man of the match against CAR. His 1-2 attempt doesn't work. There's a ball that comes over to the left-hand side, using the wind perfectly. Opoku has been delivering some great crosses. It's pulled back as a chance for a shot. It's been picked up. Suleiman, can they get the shot in? There's a block there by the Egyptian defenders, and good work there coming from Wahid as they launch an attack. And a little bit of contact from behind from Bibo. He's got to be careful, because all of that complaining can get him into hot water. Edu comes on. He's the Heart of Lions player, 18 years of age. Started the game against Central African Republic, and he'll replace this man here, Afrifa, who's just run out of gas, it appears. Just slotting into that left midfield position is Ismail Edu, sorry, of FC Sănătatea of in Romania, 20 years of age. Sullivan's wonderful control there coming from Kabaka, the captain of this Egyptian side. The young Pharaohs go again out from the back, starting moving the ball around. Wahid Bustenji using that man over the left-hand side. Rafat picked up in the middle, lots of space to try and get the ball out to Joseph Opoku, who's been quite sensational for Ghana. Not the right pass though on that occasion. And a quick transition potentially. Well, Kabaka can't do anything about that. And Opoku wins it back again. Excellent work in there. Well, there's lots of players back in defence. There's Isa again. And a chance for a shot. Suleiman trying to unleash the beast of a shot there, which is blocked quite comfortably. And there's a bit of a gathering in the middle. You can understand that everybody's a little bit tired, but you've still got to put in big effort. Surging forward from the over on the right-hand side goes Aziz. From Ajabeng. Cut out by Assel, back to Antwi. Has Suleiman down the left-hand side. You can see where Aziz, he's going to move into position. Big burly centre forward, capable of getting lots of shots in. Just the layoff there to Suleiman was a little bit too short, easily dealt with by Kabaka. Picked up by Bubu. Is Samia. Abdeen, the goalkeeper Monaim, to clear the ball quite comfortably. Ghana. Before getting knocked off the ball by that man Wahid, and dealt with in a big way by Assel. Wahid wants the fans to get involved as Assel picks up a yellow card as well. Or I think it's Assel, and there's the captain McCarthy Ofori just coming up to just have a little word with the referee. Well, that was the lunge there, but that was the body check coming in. Often used in other sports rather than football. And McCarthy, Ofori also getting a yellow card. 3 yellow cards for Ghana, 5 for Egypt. Abdeen using Wahid. Bustenji. And a little run there coming from the ever-present Safaga. He's been using that midfield space very well. Long ball over the top, picks up here, and a chance for Kabaka. Kabaka puts it on his right foot, there's the delivery, it's not a bad one as well, but he just slipped and wasn't able to compete for that cross that came in, Amori. They should have learned their lesson from the first half. Don't play in your own half if you can avoid it. Antwi. Ball over to the left-hand side, Opoku. With Hassan Samia, the ENPPI player, just greeting that with a header. Drawing a foul on that occasion. Here's Labiba. Ghana push forward again with the Ofori over to the right-hand side. It's Mafo into the middle. They go. A little bit of running there from Suleiman just to try and find a way through. Look at the four defenders back in position. The ball comes over. It's been cleared comfortably there by Bustenji. Comes comes back out to Opoku. Suleiman. Isa working well with Antwi. Ball comes back. The construction is slick. Suleiman tries to push it. He tries to keep the ball in play, but it's good work from Samir, who just gets in his way, preventing him from just darting down there towards the goal and the byline to get the ball back across. But well, there's news coming from the 30th of June Stadium, because Morocco have just scored in the 101st minute against Sierra Leone, and the North Africans take the lead. Ghana with a Fori pushing forward. Players on down the right and the left-hand side. That's a decent ball over to the right-hand side. A little bit of space for Ajabeng. Ajabeng trying to get past his man, Labib. Can he find the byline? He's being just thwarted and pushed down into the corner by Wahid, and Labib picks up by Isa once again, moving around to try and find player in space. Not too much movement off the ball. Fori, the captain. Isa, player behind him, decides to get the ball out to Opoku. Opoku, is he going to go for a walk? Gets the ball, it's been picked up. His first touch wasn't good enough. It's good battling there, but loss of possession there by Edu. And there's a chance for them to push forward. The flag will go up for offside, logically. Or the whistle has been blown by the referee. Opoku. Antwi. Kabaka just gets in the way. That's good work, very good running there from Bibu. Bibu trying to outpace and race past his the centre-back SL. And a foul has been committed. Samanabi, he knows that Egypt, if they can get a goal in the first half of extra time, that would be ideal. Here's the delivery. Kabaka cleared at the front post. Ghana pushing forward and dealt with by Wahid. They got a throw in. Isa will want to take this. As you can see, it's still 2-2. Sheriff with the brace, Isa and Suleimana scoring the goals. And Ghana, that's a good ball. Opoku gets the ball across, couldn't get his volley, couldn't connect Aziz, but they still got a chance. Long-range effort coming in. Edu! Oh my, what a fabulous shot that was. But the save was straight out of the top drawer. Abdel Munim coming to the rescue just off his left side there. But look at this monster rocket shot coming in from Edu. Right foot drilled in and dealt with perfectly there by Munim, the 18-year-old ZFC goalkeeper, coming to the rescue for the young Pharaohs. Corner coming up for Ajabeng. He'll whip it in with that left foot of his. There's the delivery, it comes in. Who's on the end of it? Well, he had time to even, and space to get a little bit further back and get it on target. And Antwi will be kicking himself. That's the shot from Edu. top quality. He could have swiped it a little bit more because it would have veered off into the corner and sent the entire population of Ghana into party, festive moments, of course, but not the case. Better luck next time. Suleiman gets rid of his man over the right-hand side. They got a pass to play. Suleiman, what a great tackle. Still in possession. There's the shot. It's gone wide. And Isa knew that should have been also on target. These are golden opportunities that they're not taking advantage of, the Black Satellites. And Desmond Afey, I'm sure, is just going, how is this not possible? Antwi comes up the corner to follow. There's the delivery, far post, decent header. Oh, showed too much of it, that's dangerous. And there's the challenge coming in, such an important challenge for SL on Amory. Good chance again on the right-hand side, but on the left foot, it's hit high. Well, Monet down on the ground. Last minute of the first half of extra time. Well, he's looking a little bit pensive, isn't he, Osama Nabil? I can totally understand why. He just has the pressure of an entire nation on his shoulders. And three with the header. Ghana. Trying to get the ball down on the ground. There's the touch there coming in from but it picks up here and pushing forward once again. Aziz gets the ball over to Isa. That's a lovely ball indeed. What can he do with it? He's got a touch, he's got a wonderful touch, but unable to get himself past the Labib and his colleagues back in the penalty area. Antwi. Boku being hassled there. Nicely done, opportunity for a shot. That's well battled as well by that man Wahid to just get in the way, otherwise there will be shots coming in. Ofori. Suleiman is the delivery into the penalty area. It's too high, and the delivery was perfect, but he's just not able to get in there. Aziz goes looping over the penalty, over the crossbar. Well, that was the ball that was delivered there towards Aziz. He came up, he climbed high. Good defensive work there from Abdeen, who just got in his way, made sure that he couldn't connect perfectly with that. Otherwise, well, Egypt would have been probably looking at each other going, what on earth happened there? But Ghana can't get the goal to take them ahead for the first time in this quarter-final. At the end of the first half, Sees both teams all square still at 2-2. And a little water break before they turn around and go again. With Ghana wind behind them. I think the goal was disallowed for Morocco. So they're all square with Sierra Leone. Plenty of drama there as well. A red card, I think, for Sierra Leone's bar in the 98th minute. So again, both matches really going the full distance, but hopefully we'll still manage to see something happen within open play. Otherwise, we will go to penalties. But these are the moments that you've got to try and take advantage of and understand exactly how you're going to play this. What are you going to try and do? Tactics, fact is that Egypt played most of the second half defending with against Ghana, who just took advantage of the wind behind them, pushed forward, and pepper shots at the Egyptian goalkeeper Abdul Manaim, but they didn't manage to. They managed to get one goal in at the end of the first half, and the second came as a penalty. But they have to go again. They have to continue to work, because this is the business end of this quarter-final. Of course, 15 minutes could define who will be going to the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Of course, the team that loses will not be going, and that's big. Egypt, one time in the group stage, 3 in the last 16 in 2011, 09, 03, a quarter-final back in 1981, and then a semi-final in Argentina in 2001. Ghana, winners in 2009 here in Egypt. Twice runners-up in Argentina 2001, 93 as well, and then third place in 2013, fourth in 97, and then a round of 16 in 2015. We get this second half of extra time underway, 2-2. And Ghana trying to exploit the winds that they have behind them. A lot of winds here. Opoku trying to thread the ball through to ice, so it doesn't happen. They clear the ball quickly. This is going to be a lot of defending here as Sel gets the ball into the middle. Control's just not good enough, and the clearance was made perfectly there by that man Wahid again. Poku. Kabaka. The counter is dangerous, and it's been taken forward there by Bibu. Is there a free kick? The lines says yes, and the flag goes up. It's a red card. It's a red card for SL. He's already got a yellow, and that is a defining moment for this quarter-final. Aaron SL has been outstanding for Ghana. Will play no further parts in this game. Let's just have a look at this again. What kind of contact did he make? He clicked the heels, didn't he? Was it accidental? Well, he's the last man. Look at him, he stops because he sees that he's going quickly, Bibu. And he knocks the right leg of Bibu, which knocks his left leg, and that's why he goes down. Flag went up, and now it's a red card Farron SL. Crikey, where is this going? Play to the whistle, it's going to be a free kick. And Egypt with a chance to try and go ahead. He looks, well, it's not all over yet. Probably trying to work out who's going to be taking the penalties, if it comes to that. And SL. Very frustrated. Kabaka places the ball down. We're ready. Go for goal, maybe. Four players in the wall, I think, or three. Four. Kabaka goes straight for goal. It's been well saved there by that man Asiako. And I think he's going to take it again. He gets a chance to take it again. Kabaka. Kabaka with another free kick. Dangerously positioned. Lots of pushing and shoving. Kabaka into the penalty area. There's the header! What a great save. They go up again. Brilliant stuff there from Gideon Asiako. And the Ghanaian goalkeeper comes to the rescue. The header was a good one. He stops it, it goes up in the air, and then he collects, but Amari was close in getting the goal. And it came from Bibu, of course, once again at the back. It's a good header as well, good angled header. And his midfielder Marfo gets in the way. It's clutching hold of that, despite the fact that Rafat was coming down to try and get on the end of it. They live to tell the tale. And Morocco, Sierra Leone still held 0-0 after extra time. And they're in the 113th minute. Gideon Asiako of Dream FC getting a bit of treatment. The Ghanaian fans still believe, still dance. Goalkeeper Asiako, 10 minutes to go. Decent clearance coming from Wahid. Nice turn, nice work by Ajabeng. Gets the ball out to Isa. Isa down to the right-hand side. Here's Aziz. Waits for support, gets the delivery in. Fire post! Oh my word! Is that a penalty? Was there contact there? I'm not too sure. And Hassan Samia. And I think, was it Adu who came in? I'm not too sure, but let's have a look at this again. Was he taken out? I don't know. That is a fantastic cross, it really is. That really was a brilliant... Well, the goalkeeper goes down, taken out by his own player, Samir. But nothing more to talk about, apparently. Morocco have taken the lead finally against Sierra Leone. Stenji 10 against 11. Egypt with an interesting hand to play. Long throw into the penalty area, headed away, and Suleiman goes off on a dance. They've got players pushing forward very quickly. Aziz to stay in an onside position, gets the ball over. There's the volley! It's a rocket shot that comes off Mustenji and goes out for a corner. But Aziz moves about in a great place. Good, slick counter-attacking from Ghana. 6 minutes to go. Any team that concedes now, it will hurt a lot. Abdelaise, that left foot of his, being given the green light. Here they go. Into the penalty area. That's a great challenge on Ajabe. The Egyptians working their magic, picked up by Wahid. And back to Labib. Mustenji. Early play on low to Smuha. Currently building up from the back. Safaga. Mustenji. Wahid, the lead player. Labib. Rafat. The captain, Kabaka. Egypt calmly waiting for an opportunity. Mustenji. Muzibao Aziz putting pressure on the defence at the back. Calmly done, neatly done, and well conserved by Wahid. Into the middle it goes. Kabako trying to work his magic, gets rid of his man. There's the shot that comes in. It's not a bad effort, but thwarted, and the referee and all of the Egyptian players going straight over to try and pray that there was something more than that, and we down on the ground. Here we get a penalty before a penalty. I'm not too sure. I don't think that was a penalty, but still, you just never know. It's a look. Holding the Ghanaian player at the same time, Antwi. I think that there's more of that than the other, but it's a little bit of both. I mean, it's a 50-50 call, and it's up to the officials to make their call on this. 4 minutes left to play. We're just gonna, it's more 50-50 than anything else. Nigeria waiting to find out who they will play. Will it be Ghana? Will it be Egypt in the semi-finals? South Africa will take on the Democratic Republic of Congo in the final quarter-final clash. Morocco have reached the 120-minute mark with a 1-0 advantage. Sierra Leone. We might be going to penalties. Siako sends it long. No one chasing. Both teams a little bit scared to push forward, push too many players forward, throw everything away. They happen to play penalties. Rafat. High ball over the top, the flag stays down. Here's Bibu. That's a great ball, great chance. Egypt! That is sensational, but it won't count. Well, it was a brilliant drive into the goal, wasn't it? From that man, Amory. Absolutely top-notch, but look, he's offside, and that is the call, and that's the reason why it will not count. Just a little bit offside, Bibo, but look at that, that's beautifully taken. That really is from Hassan Samir. So close, and literally a metre or two, not even. Oh, it's Ghana who's picked up the ball. There's going to be a corner. Scuffed attempt and a chance for them to possibly get a goal from this. Maybe the last chance of the game before we go to penalties. Morocco have officially qualified for the semi-finals and the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Abdel Issa could clinch it if he can deliver the perfect corner. Otherwise, we go to penalties. Ghana looking to try and get themselves the winner. It comes headed away. A chance for a shot, potentially. Suleiman picks it up, sets it up. It's gone driven very high and away from the target there by Abuku. Now, this is quite interesting. 2 minutes of added time at the end, and we've got to change. Menshawi is going to come on. It looks like a replace Abdel Monaim. What a time to change a goalkeeper. Well, he's going to replace Abdel Monaim. And that is a big, big call coming from the bench with Osama Nabi. Because he's going to be the goalkeeper for the penalty shootout. Well, we've seen the Egyptian national team do that before, the Africa Cup of Nations, of course, but this is a big call. And there's the confirmation. Monaim goes off. And on comes Ahmed Menshawi, 20 years of age, who plays for Al Ittihad Alexandria. What a moment for him. Unless, of course, a goal is scored beforehand. Long ball upfield, dealt with by Ansui. And it's going to be a free kick. He just knocked off his feet in a free kick in the corner. Abdel Monaim didn't manage to deal with the penalty that was scored by Suleiman. Went the wrong way. Messed up the shot from Abdel Issa, which saw them get a goal back at the end of the first half. Labib will take this and try and fire it into the penalty box to try and meet any of his teammates. Here it is, curling in, and a chance for a header. It's been picked up over on that far post, and there's the shot. It's been set up. The shot, no one can get the shot in. Oh my word, that really wasn't a great effort there from Murray. And that should have been on target because he had time and he had a clear view to get the shot in. And these are the kind of moments where you just go, we could have wrapped it up. That could have been a semi-final berth for us. You just take a look at this. He's calling out for it. That first effort is just, well, look at Bibo's effort there. That is not textbook shooting, is it? And that most definitely isn't either. Two great chances for Egypt to wrap up this quarter-final, but they want to do it the hard way if they can. And at the end of the second half of extra time, we're all square and we are going to penalties. How exciting. Well, not if you're a Ghana or an Egyptian fan. I think you've probably got heart flutters, which is totally understandable. But crikey, it's we've had some scoring opportunities here tonight and no one has taken advantage. It's tiring when you're playing in very strong wind, don't get me wrong. Everybody will be aware of that if they have played in these conditions. The fatigue levels are off the charts because they've just come straight from the group stage into the knockout stages. You've got the physical and the emotional stress that's been thrown into the equation. And now you've just got a penalty shootout that will either send you out of the competition if you get it wrong, or send you through to the final four bracket and a semi-final against Nigeria, who knocked out the defending champions Senegal, the Lions of Teranga. And a little berth in the FIFA Club World Cup, sorry, the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile in September. Well, who's gonna take the penalties? I think one thing is for sure, Suleiman for Ghana is definitely going to take the penalty, take a penalty. Very tense and tight, isn't it, when you get to this position? So, 4 shootouts between Egypt and Ghana. Split evenly between wins, Benin 2005, Cameroon 2011, losses to Ghana in 2001, 2013. And Menshawi will be the goalkeeper, with the responsibility. It's this is the way it is. It's the, you know, destiny has taken you down this path. It is what it is. Now, it's I'm not going to say out of your hands because it doesn't make sense, and it's there's no double entendre there. It's very much in their hands. But Menshawi with the responsibility. having come on to replace Abdel Monaim, 20 years of age. Plays his football for Alexandria Ittihad. Ghana with Gideon Asiako. And the referee just calling over the captains and the goalkeepers, of course, to understand exactly where we're going with this. Here at the new Suez Stadium. Now the two goalkeepers. Well, we've already determined who's going to be starting, because Ghana will start with Isa. Customary communication between the two goalkeepers, pretty much the same size. They're 6'1", both of them, so both got the same height, which enables them to deliver the same kinds of saves. If they have to get down low, of course, here we go, and it will be Menshawi up against Isa. Scored the opening goal for Ghana. They've trained for this. They've gone through this. And he's just come on. 2 minutes of action before the end of extra time, and here he is up against Isa. Ghana go first to try and take the lead against Egypt. Menshawi up against the Dream FC player on loan at Barcelona. Isa with the left foot. Isa into the corner it goes, and 1-0 it is for the Black Satellites. Well, it goes down a tree. Shawi is complaining. Celebration. Now Egypt with a chance to try and restore parity, level up with their first goal. Here it is, into the corner, delightfully driven in by Ahmed Abdeen. Of course, perfectly delivered right into the corner. Solid centre back, the LLE player on under Ceramica Cleopatra, captain of this Egyptian team. Now we've got Antwi, the centre back, the 18-year-old young Apostle FC player, trying to beat Menshawi. going for the quick and hard runner, fast runner. It's all trying to suss out the goalkeeper's movements rather than believing in where you're going to drive it in. That might not be a foolproof way to score a penalty. Disappointment for Antwi. And a chance now to try and hit back. Kabaka, the captain, with the right foot. Kabaka into the corner it goes, and they do take a 2-1 lead. Position and Menshawi this is such an important penalty for Dennis Marfo, the international player. Look at this with the right foot, side run up and driven into the corner with them 2-1 up. This goal now, so that Egypt don't make a big break. And the responsibility for Dennis Marfo has to be Menshawi to keep things going. Oh, he's taken him the wrong way. That was very smoothly done from Marfo. 2-2. Gideon Asiako of Ghana. Step back into the limelight. Neatly struck into the corner. Safaga is the player now. We're going to go 3-2 up, or we go back to 2-2. Safaga, right foot. Oh, he takes him the wrong way. The Osman Safaga, the EMPPI player, midfielder. 3-2. And 2 more penalties to be taken. They're still ahead by that. They win, otherwise they miss one and we're level. We go into sudden death. 3-2 for the home nation. Menshawi, who's going to take the next one. The responsibility, Joseph Opoku. Zutavaragan player, 19 years of age. Red-footed. Opoku into the corner it goes. That's another sumptuous penalty that's taken. Love that left corner, don't they? Well, this is going to be very important for Egypt if they get this one. And they are closing in on a place in the semi-finals. Rafat with the right foot. Oh, he takes him the wrong way. That is a brilliant penalty as well. Now, if Ghana miss this, Egypt are into the semi-finals. Responsibility here on Muziba Aziz. comes up against Menshawi, who's done the business so far, stopping Antwi in the second penalty. Muzibao Aziz needs to score this one for them to stay alive. Oh, he drives it sensuously into the corner. That really was a fantastic penalty. And now all of the pressure shifts to Gideon Asiako, the Dreams FC goalkeeper. If he saves it, they live and they breathe again. But if Egypt score, then it's all over. Egypt are through to the semi-finals and into the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile in September. And it comes to Brustenji, the Al-Ahly player, the centre-back on loan to Smua. Brustenji sends Egypt through to the semi-finals. They've done it. What a journey. It has not been easy for the young Pharaohs, but the celebrations are triggered now. They only managed to qualify for the quarterfinals, the last game of the group stages, but now they're through to the semi-finals. And the host nation knock out Ghana, the four-time winners of this competition, and the 2009 World Cup winners. It all comes to an end right here, right now. They had their chances, they didn't manage to deliver, and the Black Satellites will go home. But for Egypt, their 19th appearance, the three-time winners are now just 2 games away from winning their 4th title. And in the process, they're heading off to South America in September. They will be playing in the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. 9th time that they'll be playing. And they'll be looking to try and put Africa on the world map. Osama Nabil enjoying that little moment. Maybe his back won't, but he's done enough to just orchestrate success for Egypt in what has been quite an extraordinary journey. For Ghana, who finished top of Group C, their destiny was all about going all the way again, but they didn't manage to deal with this Egyptian team and going 2 goals down within the first 28 minutes from Mohamed Sharif scoring a brace. Put them on the back foot, they scrambled back, got themselves into extra time.